asked me to answer this question. I need somebody to stick their tongue out. Go there.
What is this material? Is this actual material that's going to be used for the?
This is a practice module that we. New Mexico. So the team and the crew use this and so forth, and then we had a flight test vehicle. We flew what was called a pad aboard test, and this one, no, I threw the piece of paper I had away in my pocket, but it was a pad aboard test, so it was to demonstrate that we could protect the crew if they were on the launch pad and we were going to have a problem with the rocket. And so what we demonstrated was the ability of the Orion is comprised of a crew module, a service module, and then a launch abort system. And so it sits way up on the rocket. So the launch abort system took off, took the crew module with it. It went from 0 to 500 miles per hour in 2 to 3 seconds. It goes mile high, and then it does a maneuver, so it jettisons the crew module. The parachutes are on top of the cone of the crew module. They're deployed in a series of 3 deployments, and then it lands. So it's a mile high, mile down range, and lands in 90 seconds. But it was to demonstrate, unlike the shuttle, which is attached to the side of the rockets and has nowhere to go if there was a problem on the pad of a catastrophic nature, that we could get the crew out of the way and out of harm's danger. So we use this basically. We didn't want to use the actual flight hardware, so when the crews were practicing stacking and other kinds of things, we used this boilerplate crew module. We're moving it from White Sands to the Kennedy Space Center, and so rather than fly it there, which was more expensive, we decided to go by road. We've done this with a number of pieces of hardware for the Orion program. And so we stopped in Oklahoma City at the beginning of the week up at the Science Center. We're here for the weekend. We're here all day yesterday, today, and tomorrow. And then we go on to Huntsville, Alabama, with some stops in the way. We stopped through, I wasn't with them when they were driving, but they stopped through some small towns along the way to get gas and so forth, and had the whole town come out. Because word spread that there was a spaceship down, you know, at Murphy's gas station. And so everybody wanted to come out and come see it. But Orion is the replacement for the space shuttle to fly human beings into deep space, beyond space station and low Earth orbit, to go out to the moon or an asteroid, the moons of Mars, and ultimately Mars itself in the future.
Are they going to need a lunar lander?
Is which?
Are they planning on any lunar lander missions, or? It
depends on whether or not the President and the Congress agreed to do a lunar base. You know, Newt Gingrich just talked about a lunar colony. And President Bush talked about a lunar base operation, in which case we were moving forward, NASA was, with the development or intended with the program to provide a lunar lander. But then President Obama canceled that, and so the President and the Congress haven't determined exactly what mission are we going to do. The President's talked about asteroids. So what we're doing is building the capabilities that can take us to deep space. So when the elected officials decide where should we go, where should NASA go, we're going to be ready for it. So the answer is maybe. I guess it's a shorter version of that. By the way, we've been